What's going on, guys? I have your top 10 picks of the week. That's right, it's your boy B-rad, and I'm going to be giving you the 5 most pulled comics at the comic book stores, and then I'm going to give you 5 of my personal picks. So let's get to the top 10. So, without further ado, because this is an interesting list, I can't remember when this has happened when you guys have decided this way for the top picks across the platform. So, the number 5 most pulled book of the week. Okay, this is a little interesting. It's Batman Superman, World's Finest. So I was shocked. Yeah, I'm gonna say I was shocked that this beat out some other books this week to make it into the top 5. It's kind of funny there. Batman saying "me wait for trade." So yeah, that even I guess adds irony to this that the he's not buying the comic, he's waiting for the trade paperback to come out. But yeah, you guys said, "Hey, I would like that to be my 5th most pulled book of the week." So Batman World's Finest is there, and we move on to the 4th most pulled book of the week. Boom! Another Batman book. We have Detective Comics issue 1100. Now, this is cool for a bunch of reasons, obviously. But before I minimize this picture, I want you to take a look there. And you can barely see it on this screen, I know, but there's so many little characters. Like you've got Man Bat there, Robin, Catwoman on the side of the building. Everybody's penciled in their little character scene there. So that's pretty cool. But issue 1100, that is huge. And this is a 56 pager to celebrate. So, yeah, there's no surprise that it made it into our list this week. So you may want to check this one out because it's the 4th most pulled book of the week. Let's see what number 3 is. Nightwing. It always amazes me. And you guys tell me, I know we've had this conversation before. Nightwing is the 3rd most pulled book of the week. What? Yep. And here it says there's a new hero in town. So yeah, we got some stuff going on with old Nightwing, and you guys love it and keep telling me to check it out, and I check it out, and I'm not always in agreement with you, but hey, this book continues to do awesome and is your 3rd overall pick of the week. So let's get down to number 2. All right, something from the Absolute universe. That's right, Absolute Flash. There's old Wally West. What's he doing this issue? You got to check it out to find out. It's more of the Wally West mayhem going down. But that is your number 2 most pulled book of the week. So check out the Absolute Flash. So this brings us to the number 1 pick of the week. Let's check it out and see what it is. Oh, another Absolute title. No shocker. As we go deeper into the Bane saga. That's right. Here is Bane on the cover. So you guys may have noticed what happened here this week, and it kind of goes on with what you may have heard rumors of in the news. Our top 5 was all DC titles. Yeah, that I don't know when that's happened. All 5 books across the country that were subscribed to the most were DC books. So maybe that goes into what's you've been hearing about what's going on at Marvel. We know there's a giant complete reboot of the X-Men. We've seen so many titles rebooted. Is it helping? Is it hurting? You guys say it ain't working, that's for sure, because when there's a whole lineup of DC books, we know something's not right. So I don't know. Marvel's going to step back and punt, pull the goalie, do something, because they're that's not a good sign when DC is literally beating you in the box office and beating you in the most pulled books of the week. So yeah, that's a little crazy that all our picks that you guys subscribe to are all DC titles. All right, So these next 5 picks, this is what I'm picking up this week. That is not in the top 5, probably really not in the top 10, but they're great books, and you got to check them out when you head out there. So without further ado, we're going to move into my 5th recommendation of the week. All right, what is it? We're going to start off strong. It is a DC title. That's right. It is Catwoman. And I love this cover by Frank Cho because if you guys remember the Batman Returns, that was what was in her room. That's harking back to some older issues too, but it says hello there, and the O and the T are burned out in neon. So, so it's pretty cool. And I love that throwback right there. But yeah, recommend checking out some Catwoman as the adventure continues. All right, my 4th recommendation of the week. Oh, This Ends Tonight by none other than Jerry Dugan and Jay Lee. Now, the first book is wild. I had to read it twice. I'm not even playing. It's all over the place. You don't have a clue what's going on. They're calling it a grindhouse action adventure. I don't know. It's crazy. And I'm going to be honest, I almost didn't like it, but then I'm like, well, this could be going somewhere really strong. So I'm going to go on for number 2. And Jay Lee's artwork's always great. And his wife's color in the book, so it's wonderful. And this cover's great. But yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers, but it's a wild trip. And if it's got a very neat twists and turns, and you're not sure what's going on type of action. So yeah, I dug it. Uh, so I'm coming back for issue 2. If you see it there in the comic shops, give old Jay Lee and Jerry Dugan a read and see what you guys think. All right, on to my 3rd recommendation of the week. I'm going to tell you, this book's been solid. It's Psylocke. It's not getting canceled like everything else that Marvel's doing because it seems to just be staying strong. You always have readers that fall off after the first issue, but its numbers have stayed solid through the run, and it's going to continue. So it did not get the axe. But yeah, this is the Campbell cover here, and it's looking pretty good. But yeah, Psylocke, issue number 10, still going, still staying strong. Just a good read. So if you hadn't checked out the series, I know they've had at least, there's been one trade paperback release if you can catch the earlier ones out. But yeah, just a solid read. Good book. All right, on to number 2. That's right. Black Cat number 1. So, what's going on here? Black Cat's turned to a superhero, or has she? Or has she not? It seems like a familiar plot, but it's a number 1, so we're going to check it out, give it a read. I'm really surprised it didn't make it into the mainstream list, to be honest with you. A Black Cat number 1, that seems like that would be something pretty huge. But yeah, Black Cat is going to be, I don't want to say anti-hero, but she's supposed to be good, maybe. Maybe she's skimming off the top. Who knows? But yeah, check out Black Cat issue 1. All right, on to my number 1 pick of the week. Let's see what we got here. Boom! It is G.I. Joe. That's right. We've got Baroness and CoverGirl, and it looks like they're scrapping. So what more could you want than Baroness and CoverGirl fighting it out? So in this issue, that's what's going down. So yeah, man, this is a super strong week. Obviously, DC seems to be wiping it in, but there are other good books out there to check out. Please do. Everything looks. I mean, man, what a heck of a week. I mean, a strong week for August 20th. So those are all the books that I'm digging this week, that you guys are digging this week for August 20th new release. I hope you've enjoyed the top 10. You can always find me at resolutebliss.com or Resolute Bliss on Instagram and Facebook. My name's Brad Molshin. You can find me there too. Check us out. We'll hang out and do some talking about some comic books. Until next week, we will see you, unless you are smart and jump on the Thursday night live stream and see what we are cooking up, me and my co-partner Rick. Until then, I'm rooting for you. Enjoy this week's books, and we will see you back next week.